Rest in peace, Akira Toriyama. Akira Toriyama has recently passed away. This is due to an acute hematoma. I'm not quite sure how to pronounce this word. For all of you who are much smarter than me, in the comment section, you can tell me the pronunciation if you choose to. I want to make a video on this because I feel like if I don't make a video on this, I really feel as though I'm literally breaking a law that actually makes sense. You have to understand that Akira Toriyama is the reason why the anime community even exists today. If it was not for Akira Toriyama, none of this would be here. None of this. I wouldn't be here making these videos. Nobody would be making these videos regarding anime. A lot of these videos wouldn't even exist. The scope of Akira Toriyama and his legacy is beyond greatness. The man's legacy is crazy to think about. The dude has influenced gaming, music. When I say music, I'm talking rap, rock. The dude's influenced even the cartel, the Mexican cartel for the better. You heard me right. Even cartels love Dragon Ball Z for good reasons, not for negative reasons. Think about that for a second. That is the level of influence that I'm talking about here. When the cartel is not putting bullet holes in other people and torturing them and uploading the videos to the dark web, such as a flaming skull, they're watching Dragon Ball Z, eating popcorn, being peaceful. Think about that for a second. I'm serious. I'm serious. Give this man his flowers. Now you see why, like, I really felt like I needed to make a video on this. And I was in the middle of editing a Mashal reaction, but Tyrone Magnus uploaded a video and I saw it. And that's where I learned the news from. And when Tyrone Magnus did this, I couldn't help it, but in my head, I'm thinking to myself, is this an April Fool's? Like, this is an April Fool's, right? Like, we're in March. We're not in April yet. I have so much to say about this. I saw the video, and I couldn't help but think, is this real? I know this is real, but is this real? I'm not going to put my life out on the internet, but I'll say this. I had a huge death recently that really affected me really badly. And to this day, I still think about it. And this is something that everybody's going to go through. Everybody. That's all I'll say with that. I know what it's like to get older. I'm 26 right now. I know what it's like to get older. There's many positives, but one of the biggest negatives about getting older is that, and Akira Toriyama really puts this into perspective with his destiny, is seeing your heroes pass away. That is a rough reality that we have to deal with, and that is just the truth. When your heroes pass away, Kentaro Miura was the last time that I felt that much shock. No, seriously, that's the last time that I felt that much shock from a creator's death, from a great man's death. And Akira Toriyama is no less than that, than a great man. How can you say he's anything less? I would argue Akira Toriyama has 100 times better of a legacy than even someone like Arnold Schwarzenegger. I said that, and I mean that. He is the peak. He is the pinnacle of legacy, of what he's left behind, to be remembered for more than generations. Revolutionary, world-changing. That's what we're talking about. Genius level intellect man. And there were still other things that he was working on. At his age, 68, he was still ready to give the world more greatness. No one can hate on Akira Toriyama. And I mean that. Even if you don't like Dragon Ball Z, at the bare minimum, you have to respect him. He is technically the godfather. Not technically, he is the godfather of Hunter x Hunter, Naruto, One Piece, Inuyasha, every shonen series around, including other things outside of shonen. So I'm making this video to pay my respects as an anime-based YouTuber. I don't get paid from these videos, My channel isn't monetized, obviously, look at my sub count. But I really feel like if I don't release a video on this, I'm breaking a very, very important law. Before I end the video off, I do want to elaborate a little bit. I'm going to mess up the pronunciations here and there about why he passed away, in case you all are curious. Akira Toriyama passed away due to an acute hematoa, or is it hematoa? Again, I'm not quite sure. You can tell me in the comment section down below if you desire to. An acute hematoa is when a certain amount of blood builds up between the brain and the skull, or at least a subdermal hematoa, which is what Akira Toriyama passed away from. There's a difference. There's chronic and then there's acute. Acute, most cases, means that it is shortly developed. That little pocket of blood right between it, it is usually developed after severe head trauma. And of course, it is very, very deadly. It can easily kill you. You have to get that fixed if you have it immediately. It usually develops, I think, from a very, very short while after head injury. Whereas chronic develops, like it could develop on average after 3 weeks and whatnot. So it takes a minute for it to develop. With an acute hematoa, it is something that has to also be drained, usually through surgery, and it can also lead to a loss of consciousness because of the pressure on the brain. Now, I don't know any details beyond that, how he got it, but I'm almost positive it's not going to be like Elvis Presley, where like the circumstances of his death is going to be released to the public, because Akira Toriyama's family has explicitly stated that they want privacy in the matter. They did not choose to have like a public funeral with like fans giving flowers and a whole lot of thanks and whatnot. Akira Toriyama simply wanted a small funeral filled with peace, pretty much. He didn't want anything to get wild, just wanted peace and quiet for his funeral. I think everybody should respect that, instead of necessarily fully blown digging into, let's say, his information. This isn't some Illuminati scheme where he was taken out or whatever. I just wanted to clarify the information about why he passed away. Even if you haven't watched Dragon Ball Z in your life, bare minimum, you should pay respects to this man. Because I remember being a little kid and getting a Dragon Ball Z Super Saiyan 2 Goku toy in a meal box. And I remember that thing being the best toy ever, and having the thought in my head, I want to look like Goku Super Saiyan 2 when I grow up. And that didn't happen, but, you know, I look like a bum, but you get my point. I remember being a kid and just thinking, like, what a Chad. Like that, like the dude inspired me as well to be better. Even if you've been inspired by Naruto, if you got inspired by Naruto, then you got inspired by Dragon Ball Z, because Dragon Ball Z inspired Naruto to inspire you. I have to pay my respects. A lot of these YouTubers should pay their respects, and I hope they do. I hope this is pretty big news, so this way everybody can truly budge in and give their thanks. Rest in peace, Akira Toriyama. You're the best. You're a king amongst kings. Thank you. There is literally never going to be another Akira Toriyama. That level of greatness will never be approached. Ever. I'm telling you. Like, that level of greatness is not something that is just simply achieved. No. I can't, for the love of my life, see another Akira Toriyama ever existing, to be real with you. That level of greatness is once in 1,000 years. It is hard to come by that level of greatness. The king of anime, straight up the godfather of anime.